So during your time at LinkedIn, you grew the marketing team pretty significantly. I think it grew from like 2 to 50 plus people. I'd love to know, like, what was that experience like for you? Because I don't think you'd ever done something like that before.
No, yeah, the largest team I was managing before that was, I think, 4 people. First, when you join a rocket ship and you know you're gonna have the luxury to hire a lot of people, the first thing I did is I need to, especially I was marketing into recruiting, so I need to learn how to recruit well. And so I spent quite a bit of time, and I recommend a book called Who, the A Method for Hiring. Um, and I spent an inordinate amount of time just going religiously through a process, not skipping steps from scoping the role to reference checks to onboarding, and making sure that every hire I was making was going to be the right one to go and learn fast and do something that we had not been done before. So quick learners, people who were, as much as possible, I was tapping my connections to make sure that there was a culture fit and someone who came highly recommended. I made a few bets on people who had not had ever any product marketing experience, because I knew they were strategic, they could write well, and they could especially learn really fast. Um, and so over-invested in that. Taught my team to also over-invest in that. Then I was already using OKRs at Yahoo, and I kept doing that, and that really helped a lot. And of course, adjusting the level that you manage the team in there, from the people who need quite a bit of coaching to those who don't. But in general, the moment I could pick up that someone could be autonomous, I was giving them as much autonomy as possible. Um, and then there was a fantastic sales culture and leadership at LinkedIn, led by Mike Gamson. That was super customer first, very positive in the thinking, focused on growth. And I got my team also close to that. And I drafted from that great leader to just learn from him how he was scaling his team, thinking about that, inspiring people. And also used a lot of that magic that happens when you connect with the customers, and exposing my team to that. Come to the cab, listen in, get to know them. And that really creates some common fuel that we will operate from.
Were there any really tough moments along the way in building LinkedIn? Any kind of hard moments that stand out to you?
Yeah, well, for me especially, there was always a tension between the self-serve business and the sales-led. And namely, the main problem was that our reps were very successful selling even SMBs up to $10,000 a year for something they could have bought for maybe a third of the price online. And so the reps, as a result, were really fishing in the segments that were meant to be self-service. And that created a lot of tension internally, especially if you can imagine, if you're the product manager in charge of the self-serve business and you see your revenue cannibalized a little bit by the salespeople, who could create then opportunities for churn later, because the customers are looking like, well, do I really need all this? That led to really difficult conversations and adjustments in terms of team organization, budgets, do not touch targets, and how to handle that. Um, did you have any other ones in mind that I may have shared with you before?
Yeah. Was there any tough moments with Jeff Weeder?
Oh, yeah, okay. That was more a moment after the conference, after the first or the second one, I forget. Massive success. Everybody's super excited. The company is the first time LinkedIn had done a conference, and recruiting was an underserved function, so it was great to make them come together and celebrate them. So I think I'm in my manager's office, Patrick Crane, fantastic CMO who hired me there, and he was my boss also at Yahoo. And Jeff barges in. He goes, "Oh, so happy for this conference. This is great. We've decided next year you're going to be in charge, and we're going to do one that brings together all our business lines together. So we're going to bring marketing for advertising, we're going to bring recruiting, and we're going to bring sales." And before I had time to articulate my thoughts fully, I said, "Great, but I won't be doing that. I don't think I'll be here anymore." And I thought, "Oh my God, what a neat, I'm going to get fired." They looked at me in such disbelief that they didn't say anything for a while. And I had time to say, "Here's why. Because this is about them. If we make it about our 3 business lines, the common denominator is going to be LinkedIn. So it will become a conference about us. The Talent Connect worked because we celebrated them and where they're going as a profession, how they're taking it to the next level. We cannot lose that. This is so you felt the energy. They were so excited. There was a vendor standing for them, and And they looked at me, oh, makes sense. And then indeed we were able to continue Talent Connect and keep it pure. But I was really scared. The way they looked back at me, I was like, oh my God, I think I'm out.
And it makes a lot of sense, right? Like you always want to focus on one persona and have that persona be the champion. And as soon as you start combining a lot of different personas, it sort of muddies your message.
Yeah, exactly. And there's moments where I've been to, and I think they do a fantastic job, but you go to Dreamforce and it's more about Salesforce and customers in general. They're really good at customer marketing, but it doesn't feel it's got that one identity of the people they champion. And I wanted to really preserve that.